back. So right now it's fairly easy to read our code. There's not that many files here in the backend. But as we start growing and we get more and more files, it gets harder and harder to read this. So I'm going to try and actually change the way that my files are arranged right now in the backend by adding a couple of folders to make it more like the clean architecture that I'm used to working with. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to make a directory called core. Now in here I'm going to have all the core functionality of the application. That will be my entities, or actually my models. That will be my services. That will be everything that kind of should survive even though I change the database, even though I change communication to the front end. That's going to survive. So I'm going to have this core folder right here. And right now I'm going to have two different directories in the core folder. I'm going to have one called models, like this, and I'm going to have one called services. So those two will be the ones I have available for now. And I'm going to kind of try to move these into my area right here. So we have the service, we have the models. I'm going to move that up here. Let's just start with the service actually. There we go. Move them in here. And we're going to do the models. We're going to move them up here. There we go. So now those are kind of out of the way. That's where I feel those guys belong. Okay. Then we're going to try to go to the next thing. And that's the things that belong in the front end, right? So that would be, I'll call that the API directory right here. This is the stuff that can communicate with the outside world. And what I'm going to put up there is going to be the module, the gateway, and the DTO actually. So I'm going to just add these two in the root, like this, and then I'm going to add the DTOs under a new file right here, a new directory called DTOs. There we go. I'm going to drag this guy up there. There we go. Now, this already feels a bit more like a better structured application, to be honest. Again, of course, it's up to your team how you want to structure things. But now I know that when I'm looking for front-end code, when I'm looking for the stuff communicating with the front-end, I need to go to the API part. When I'm looking for front that's kind of the heart of the application, I'm going to look for this part. Now, we need one more thing because later we're going to start working with data sources. And normally the name for that area is a directory called infrastructure. Now we'll go and populate that later. But the infrastructure is kind of the guy that's going to handle communication with the database, for instance. So let's just add a new folder down here, a new directory, and let's call that data source. Now with this new structure in place, it's actually easier for me to know where to put different areas. For instance, let's put the gateways folder right here and just put all our gateways in here as we can start getting more and more gateways maybe. The same if we started having like a REST API, we would have a directory for controllers right here, like this. And again, the cool thing here is as developers, you'll start actually recognizing this layout and know, oh, I need to kind of have a look at the gateways right now. Then I need to go to API and gateways. Boom, here are all the gateways that belongs to the application. I need to look at the DTOs. Well, you know where they belong, right? So you'll slowly just start to have a view about every single area in your application. So that's kind of just what I wanted to do this lesson right here. I just wanted to try and split up our code to be more clean. Next lesson, we're going to do a bit more groundwork right here. And I'll also explain why we'll do it. Like I want to have interfaces in here. It's going to be a bit of work, but we'll figure it out. So see you next time. Bye.